Hi Shane, thanks so much for taking my call today.
How's it going? How's things? How are you?
Very well, thank you. So you are in a band called Foxjaw,
I am indeed.
and you guys are based in Limerick?
We are indeed. Yeah, we call Limerick very much home, and that's where we kind of base ourselves out of. So but at the moment we're kind of a bit spread out. There's about two of us in Limerick, two are in Galway, and one's in Tiptown actually. But we still base ourselves out of here.
Okay, cool. Where'd you guys get your name from? It's a pretty unique name.
It was actually, well, it's even an abbreviated name from, we used to be a slightly longer name of Foxjaw Bounty Hunters. And we started with that name from about 2006. And in about 2014, when we put out our album Ghost Parade, we decided to shorten it. Because anybody who knew the band shortened it to Foxjaw anyway. And anybody who didn't know the band, it was becoming a bit of a mouthful trying to explain that name to people. People were
Okay, fair enough.
stumbling on it.
Simplifying is very seldom a bad idea.
There you go.
And you guys are coming down on the 22nd of November to play in Dive Records, one of our gigs. We also have Dezoot and Three Eyed Magpie playing with you guys that night. Three
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
different genres as well. So that will be really interesting. Um, One of my favorite questions to ask anyone that's in a band is what was the first song you remember falling in love with? Because I really believe that's kind of the gateway drug into the rock and roll industry.
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I can't really remember for sure. I guess I remember as a kid definitely like dancing around listening to Michael Jackson's like Bad and stuff like that.
Oh,
Then I remember one year my sister went to the States for like a summer, and when she came back, she brought back a load of different CDs when CDs was a thing. And yeah, she obviously went to like whatever thrift stores and stuff like that, and she brought back stuff like really varied, lots of stuff like Green Day and Chemical Brothers and Presidents of the United States of America and Rage Against the Machine and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, maybe I don't know. I think maybe Green Day's Dookie kind of resonated with me then, and that's something that I kind of latched onto. And I think a lot of people kind of growing up in my time, if you weren't that genre of music, a lot of people went one Green Day direction, and other people went the Blink 182 direction, and I was definitely part of that Green Day route, I suppose.
yeah, it's kind of like the whole Blur versus Oasis.
Exactly. There's always two kind of bands that can kind of go either way, depending when you grew up. Yeah.
Okay. And the Limerick music scene, what's that like at the moment, Shane? Like what?
The Limerick music scene at the moment is pretty amazing. Limerick has always been kind of like a city that kind of goes through waves of its music scene, where we'll have a couple of venues, and a scene belongs with a venue, and then that'll thrive for a while, and then that'll disappear for years, and then at the moment we're kind of at the top of that wave again. Throughout Limerick's kind of, I'd say, last musical history in the last while, Dolan's would have always been a constant venue. There's always been other venues over the years. Right now, one of the other kind of key venues would be something like Pharmacia. And then you've got the guys from the DIY scene that are putting on lots of shows. They have lots of great bands in their kind of crew. But then you've also got people like Show to Shows. But yeah, there's a bit of everything. There's from club nights. There's Bad Reputation putting on Siege of Limerick metal festivals, and there's just so much going on. So varied. There's a really thriving metal scene, hip hop scene, punk scene. It's all there. Like, yeah, it's great.
That sounds amazing. I might take a trip to Limerick. I
Absolutely, you
know,
really, yeah, you really should. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the grass is always greener, I suppose. Like
of
sometimes people
course.
in Limerick can get sick of their own hometown, but people whenever they come to Limerick, they leave pleasantly surprised, because all you've ever heard are probably bad things in the news. So,
No, actually, I've worked with Limerick bands before. I worked with Proto Baby years and years and
oh
years
yeah,
ago. Yeah, they're really cool. And I used to vacation in Limerick as a child because we had a
okay,
family friend that was there,
all
so
right,
I
brilliant,
always liked Limerick, you know? Um,
deadly, yeah.
if you were to tell the people in Waterford right now why they should go to your gig on the 22nd in Dive Records, what would you say?
Why should anyone do anything? I suppose I don't know. Like we haven't and like we've been a band for quite a while now, and we actually haven't. Waterford has always been just a little bit out of our reach sometimes. I think we've only ever played. This might be our third time playing Waterford.
Okay.
I think the last time we played Waterford was like with Give a Man a Kick in like whatever year would that have been? Probably
A while
2011.
ago.
Maybe even earlier than that. Yeah, quite a while ago. I guess, yeah. It's come and support independent Irish music, and we just hope that people love what we're doing, and we've been doing it for a long time, and the only reason we keep on doing it is because we're having fun, we enjoy doing it, and it's what we want to do, and we hope that comes across in our music, and we hope people like our music and will enjoy the show.
Brilliant. That sounds good to me. Good energy, different bands. You've got two Waterford bands. You've got you guys coming down, which is a great honour, really. Now, if you were to tell me what your current guilty pleasure musically is, or the earwig that you're kind of ashamed of, Shane?
Oof, I don't know about ashamed of. um, I listen to a lot of random stuff or bits and pieces that maybe some of the members in the band also wouldn't approve that we.
Okay.
Geez, I don't know. Right now, I guess the one thing that, like, maybe let's say, like, this coming Sunday, I think we literally just got tickets for myself and my missus. We're going to go see Lizzo at the Olympia. So maybe I don't know if that would approve with some of the band members. It might not be their cup of tea music wise, but we're going to go see Lizzo and enjoy that show at least anyway.
I got tickets today to see Thumper in Grand Social in Dublin next Friday.
Deadly, very good, yeah.
Not a guilty pleasure, but a big cannot wait to go see Thumper again.
Indeed, I even saw that you got a nice color schemed Guna to go with the gig. Was it?
I found a dress in a shop for €1 that matches my vinyl perfect.
And your back wall there as well, is it?
Yes, I am actually quite a fan of purple. Colours in general, the whole house is like, it's graffitied outside. Like Waterford Walls is a thing that happens down here where loads of different artists come and paint walls. And the facade of my house is the only house that's actually the front of is painted of in Waterford. Usually it's side walls and stuff, but yeah, I'm a bit eclectic.
I've heard about Waterford Walls. Yeah, we have something similar in Limerick called Draw Out Limerick. Yeah, and they did it. They started in 2014 with the City of Culture, and they did a whole bunch of the city, and they've only just started doing some more within these couple of weeks. So there's a few more murals going around.
Wow, I love anything that brings color or change or makes happiness and changes the vibrations around us, hence music. Do you know, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, yeah. Or even just creates a bit of life to a back alley that you never knew needed it, like, and it just makes you look at it differently and makes you feel different how you're walking down that street,
Exactly. Safer, it entices happiness, it brings us a completely different change.
Absolutely, that's it.
Then the last question, Shane, you're nearly done.
All right, no worries.
Is there a song that's following you around? So for the last few weeks, there's been different songs following me around, and this has been going on my whole life. But lately, it's been Roxy music in every home a heartbreak, because that's the song that's in the Gucci ad.
Okay.
And now it's everywhere.
Okay.
Before that, it was The Chain. It was everywhere.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe just in recently, and maybe just because it was in her mind, and then we started hearing a couple of places, and then also just because we went to go see her on last Friday when she was playing Limerick, was maybe Sinead O'Connor. So maybe, I don't know, any of her tunes, I suppose, maybe Nothing Compares to You or Mandinka or yeah, something like that. Maybe also just we were lucky enough. So my wife, her parents, their first dance song was Nothing Compared to You. So then, like, Olivia had gotten the first the album with that has the tune on that, and we'd framed it and gotten it given to the parents her parents a couple of years ago as a kind of like, oh, and we kind of said it's like, oh, maybe someday, who knows, maybe we'll get this signed by Sinead. And then as fate would have it, turns out I knew her touring sound engineer, who gave me a call a couple of days before the show, and he just needed me to help him with something out on the show, and then I just floated the idea, and that's it. We got it signed. We got the vinyl signed by Sinead O'Connor. Just saying to Sean and Marie, happy anniversary.
Son-in-law goals right there, like.
That's it, yeah. That's my brownie point sorted anyway with the in-laws as well. So
I don't think you can ever get in trouble now, like.
No, I'm all good.
Well, that was a really heartwarming story. I really look forward to seeing you on the 22nd.
Cheers.
And
Thanks so much.
thanks
Yeah,
so
we're
much
looking
for
forward to coming. Yeah.
mentioning.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. And thanks to Viking Promotions for having us.
No problem. We'll talk to you soon, Shane. Have a good day.
Cheers. Thanks so much, you too, Rebecca. Bye.